All right, so y'all wrong as hell. I guess what nobody really watching that. You know what irritates me is that uh people from that perverted sector are crawling all over my channel. Oh God. Well, I'm still gonna say this because the few people that watch this channel are gonna hear this. Okay. And apparently, because there was no thumbs up on that video that I just did, apparently, there wasn't anybody in here that wants to give people their sexual freedom. So now we have black males running around the YouTube wanting to define people sexually and sexually harassing people. Okay. Um, First of all, I'm going to repeat some of what I said because my sound was really, really messed up. I had my Bluetooth speaker hooked up. Um, Stop sexually harassing people. Nobody wants to talk about sex with any of these very unattractive black men in that sector. And I know that it was a lot of y'all that was watching that live that I just did. I don't want to come to YouTube and constantly get sexually harassed by unattractive black men that I would never, ever, ever consider even being friends with. Okay. So it was really muffled. So there's this dude that is clearly very perverted. I don't watch his show. I don't have to watch his shows. I can pretty much, in fact, you can pretty much, let me give y'all a little tip. You can tell what people in that group are talking about based upon the chat room. Okay. So, and then you can look at the titles of the video. This dude is desperately trying to rebuild yet another channel that's only going to last for probably about 2 weeks to a month. He's desperately trying to rebuild yet another channel so that he can come on here and stalk and harass people. But it was something that was brought up, and what I was saying in that last video that I was like, damn, my sound is horrible. What I was saying is that I'm not in to bisexual or gay men. I'm not into having female to male penetration. I'm not into those kinds of things. And I have had it up to here with these very sexually perverse yet very unattractive and repulsive people. I'm not even talking about the way that they look. It's like when I came on here the other night or the other morning and I checked this one chick that was over on her channel talking about vaginas. And she was bringing up my vagina, and she's never even been anywhere near my vagina. Okay. Um, I don't want to talk about sex with any of these people. I'm not into that. Okay, and sometimes I think they have like a little sex club or something because he was over on his channel talking about my ex's butt. Okay, and so like I said, you are not going to put no stain on me. I'm gonna say this to this dude. Okay, let me tell you something. You need to really, really back all the way off. And I'm not threatening you with no police. Mm-mm. Something else gonna end up happening to you. Okay. And I'm not talking about putting no hit out on nobody. I feel like dude is gonna get sick. He's already sick. So he's been using this audio clip because clearly, how do you as a grown man, you're claiming to be straight, but yet you're on your channel talking about another man's butt And we all know that most men are not going to listen to me. What I was saying was very important, is that if somebody's talking about your butt, that's your root chakra. These men, those black men in that sector, they go around and talk about each other's penises all day. Not all of them do. Let me take that back. Not all of them do. They do sexually harass all of the women that they run into or that they think is a part of that. But if you're a man and you have another man talking about your booty, you need to protect your root chakra. If you're a man and you have another man talking about your penis, you need to protect your sacral chakra. And I'm not a masculine woman. I'm not a masculine woman. I don't pay men for sex. I don't want to see two men together. I'm very traditional in the bedroom. Okay? So I'm not into that kind of stuff. It was just something funny that I had said. Well, it wasn't even funny. It was definitely not funny at the time. I have never, ever, ever went up in a man. Never. With any object or anything like that. I'm not into that. Now, I've heard women in that group mention that they like seeing two men together. And it's funny because I wonder who gave him that idea. Do you randomly just think about old footage like that? Just randomly? No, that wasn't random. I believe it was that older guy over in Ohio. I believe it was that older guy over in Ohio. You know, a lot of them pretend that they not cool with each other, but a lot of them are cool behind the scenes and they talk and they plot on what they're going to do. And it's mainly stuff that they're doing to me and somebody else, but I'm not even going to mention that. Not, I'm talking about me right now. Okay. I don't talk to anybody from that group of people behind the scenes. I don't talk to any of them, and I'm not interested in speaking to any of them. Based upon their constant conversation and behavior in social media, and then I have a life. If I First of all, I don't know where these people came from. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mesh. I don't mesh with that scene anyway. You know what I'm saying? And that's why all of them were blocked in my social media, my Facebook, my Instagram, YouTube. Their numbers, if they call me from any numbers, those end up blocked. I don't talk to anybody in that group whatsoever, and I'm not interested at all. So and uh, I noticed that um that idiot over there was live this morning. And why are you up at 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning thinking about a man's booty and typing about it? Now, I think it goes beyond to these being DL men. It goes beyond that. And men that are on the down low, they are very dangerous, emotional, and psychotic people sometimes. Men that are on the down low, they can be very problematic to any community. Not saying all of them, but some of them can be. These are at least, okay? But I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. Um, in fact, what I realized was that I needed not only protection for, my vagina or my sacral chakra, but also my root chakra. Why do these people come online and start homing in on private areas? I understand they don't have boundaries. I understand that clearly something traumatic happened. Again, If a person doesn't even, first of all, I listen to professional men on here. I don't listen to stuff like that. I think they're very perverted. But if I don't find your content desirable, and you're talking about sex all the time, and then I don't find you attractive at all, whatsoever. I'm not attracted to you at all. I don't want to sit on here and talk about sex with you. And this particular group of people have been talking about sex for years. I don't want to talk about sex with you. That's a turnoff. And I think it's sexual harassment. Nobody should be on here talking about people's body parts and what they did sexually, especially being that when I stated it, I immediately came back and said, no, that's not true. Nobody takes, I don't know why these people want satire to be real. This is how you can tell that these people are very emotionally unbalanced and warped. They want satire to be real. So nothing that they do or say in that group is even relevant because it's not real. A lot of what they do and say, a lot of their material, I don't know who's writing their stories for them, but they're doing a horrible job, you know? And I'm not going to stay as long as I did the last time. Let me think of another point that I was trying to make in that other live. Yeah, he done met up with this woman who is a stalker. He's been stalking me on this website since 2016, and now they're going around the internet harassing people, constantly talking about me, don't know me. They're going around the internet harassing and stalking people in a fake relationship. This dude is not a relationship guru. I feel sorry for anybody that takes relationship advice from this dude. He is currently in a fake, made up relationship with somebody whose only interest is stalking people, stalking me. That's this person's only interest is stalking me because she doesn't know how to walk away from people that want nothing to do with her, right? Because I don't want anything to do with this chick. And we can tell that it's a fake relationship because what he does is disrespect her constantly, right in her face. To a normal woman, it would be disrespect, flirting with other women, unless you have an open relationship well, I'm not open to your relationship. I don't want to hear about it. I don't care about it. I don't care about what you think of my relationship. Whatever I do in my relationship is my business. Okay. But it's a fake relationship completely and totally because he flirts and stalks other women, primarily me, constantly, and she sits back and she says nothing. Nobody is that stupid. Nobody is that desperate. They're both perpetrating a fraud. When you love and care, a normal couple that loves and cares about one another, they don't allow that. They don't allow they man to go and flirt with another woman and all that stuff unless it's an open relationship or something like that. But otherwise it just it's too coincidental. It's a fake relationship in my humble opinion. Because if it were real, he's even faked having problems with her. Very, very fake dude because he just I don't understand that. And I think he wants to be like a reality star or something, and he's not a star at all. He has no star quality whatsoever. No, I am not into going up in men sexually. I don't want to penetrate a man's butt. No. And I believe that he's been going around saying that I did something to my ex. And no, I have never. I have never. I've never had anal sex with any man. I've never given a man, well, on my end, okay, I was the one being penetrated, but I've never went up in another man. I've never done a man. I've never done that. Okay, I'm not a manly woman. I'm not into that. I think a lot of those men that are in that group are into that. Leave me out of your weird sexual fantasies. Don't play any more of my intellectual property. I think at one point, what I was doing, because my ex, he pissed me off a bunch of times. And I would just say satirist things about him, but I would always say, y'all know that ain't true, right? I don't, the only thing serious about that group of people is the actual crimes that they are committing against humanity. And for that, they'll suffer for it. But otherwise, everything that they say, everything that they do is fake. It's all fake. None of it is actually real. But they want their fake fraud to affect people in real life. I don't let fake things affect me like that. However, I'm not cool with anybody that I'm dealing with hanging around with females. No, I'm not. So that's just like, no. Hey, Kinsley's mommy. Yeah, no. I don't do that. I don't do that. And I am very particular about the type of females. Like, even if it was somebody in your family that was disgusting like that, I would be like, ew, get that, stay away from that person. I would prefer for that person to get the hell on somewhere, because some people just have very toxic energy and they make me want to throw up. They make me want to vomit. I'm not into, I'm not, nah, nah. If somebody's a low life, gutter, trashy person, I don't want nothing to do with them. I don't like that kind. I don't, that them ain't my types of people. Okay. It's not. I'm just not into it. And it just is what it is. Okay. And you can tell that it's a bunch of people that are very, I don't want to say lonely, but dysfunctional. Because no, is it normal that I have to even say that? No. I've never had anybody constantly be on the hot pursuit of me constantly. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I would never, ever, ever want anything to do with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just continuously talking about me. It's weird. It's definitely weird. It's okay. I can handle it. I'm good with it, you know, but it's just the point. You know what I'm saying? And like I already promised, old boy, um, you've just been getting lucky. That's it. Your day of reckoning is coming, and you've had a lot of problems. You just don't talk about it. Your girlfriend been in the hospital. Yeah, you just don't really talk about it too much. But you gonna end up with some real problems, because I don't want to be, stop, take my name out of your sexual fantasies. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I'm just disgusted. Just like that woman I had to come on here and check. And I don't like men like that either. Here, case in point right here. If I'm in a relationship with a dude, please don't announce to everybody that we're getting ready to have sex. Please don't announce to everybody what we do in the bedroom. I don't like that. Even though I've forgiven certain people for it, I don't mind that. I think he just liked to talk about it, just to let people know what we was doing. But otherwise, it, it's kind of disrespectful when you think it's actually very disrespectful. I think that it's something that can be forgiven if you are serious about a person or in a real relationship. But I think that it's over exaggerated. It's overly exaggerated. Dude is like an exaggeration. You know what I'm saying? Like, And I don't listen to his show. I don't. Not unless I'm around my ex. I don't listen to his show. I don't want to hear it. I can't stand his voice. Just I don't like that. uh, and again, last night he was trying to proclaim my love. Okay. And I did hear that much of it. Okay. So here's what he refuses to accept. He refuses to accept that not only am I, it may be other women that's in his group because I'm not in that sector. There may be other women that are interested in him. I'm not. I've always been totally disgusted by that person. I've always been totally disgusted. But, we all know that he has an obvious mental problem because there's an embarrassing video of him where he's screaming and hollering and very emotional in a camera saying, all women want me. He's very, very, very mentally ill. So I just ignore that kind of stuff. People should ignore him. Why would you allow, and I'm not saying this about my ex, I'm not, and again, he tried to take credit for me and my ex getting into it. No, I think it's just that sector, period, that needs to go in the garbage. And everybody that knows this situation knows that I do not like my ex messing around in that sector. I have made that abundantly clear for years. I don't want to be connected. I don't want to be tied to it. I'm not entertained by it. I think it's stupid. I don't want to be bothered with any of those people. And, I see death in jail in the future for a lot of those people. I think it's ridiculously dumb. And I'm not entertained by it. Like some of the stuff that I see them doing is kind of mildly funny. But I think that old boy and his constant stalking, especially of me when I don't even mention him. Then he claimed that I was talking about him. I don't never call this. Have I called out this dude's name? Not one time. He constantly, and he's so awkward that he is now spelling my name in fancy ways and stuff. I think that if he wasn't so mentally ill, he would be embarrassed, right? He would be embarrassed if he wasn't so mentally ill. But now his latest thing is to go around trying to spin this narrative that I had anal sex with somebody, like I gave a man anal sex. I don't do things like that. In fact, I'm very feminine in the bedroom. I'm not masculine at all. Okay. So these people, once again, you're going around trying to project your sexual identity onto other people. That's what you're doing. And y'all talk about sex so much that I think it's like a sex club, but I would never have sex with any of those people. Ill, ill. No. Okay. Just no. So, that's pretty much, I'm sorry about my sound, the last one, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say. And I've heard women in that sector, which I was quite shocked to hear that. I was like, wow, I never knew that. There are some women that like to see two men together. There are some women that like to, I actually saw an episode of Real Sex like 20 years ago. I saw an episode of Real Sex on HBO where there were couples that were like literally, they were like, the woman was giving the man anal pleasure. I'm not into it. I didn't take to it. Like I was like, wow. I was like, that looks interesting, but I would never do it. Okay, just regular old sex is satisfying to me. Okay, I'm no. And I'm not a masculine woman. You know, and here's the other thing about it is that when a woman starts fussing at a man, why do y'all take that as a woman being mad? I do know that some of these women are very masculine. They got very deep monotone voices and everything. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men are into women like that. But why do y'all always think that a woman is being masculine when she argues with you about something? No, that's actually a woman being very feminine. And I don't know why men like go be with a man then. If you don't want a woman, quit doing stupid stuff. Stop being a fuck boy then. If you don't want to hear a woman's mouth, stop doing things that you know that she don't like. That would make sense to me. But we got the head leader of the stupidity sitting over there telling men that you should be with a woman that's an empty shell. Be with an empty shell of a woman that doesn't actually care about you because she's okay. She just kind of sits back. What is that? What do they call that? A fag hag or something? I don't know. She just kind of sits back and watches you flirt with everybody and other women and men, and she's okay with it. Hey, if she's into that, that's her business. Don't try to involve that with my sexuality. I am very feminine for my man in the bed. No, no. So, yeah. And it was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. It was like for a minute there. I just because I kind of went out my head a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say I went out my head, but when I would address that group of people, um, I would just say anything. I told this weird, and I probably was telling the truth about what I was saying about this one girl and how obsessed she is. This one lady in California, how obsessed she is. You know what I'm saying? But it was just satire for me. Do I feel like these satirious things that I've said, you're going to bring it up and affect my life? No, no. If you try to affect my life negatively, you are going to end up smashed up against a damn brick wall. Mature adults understand that. But, I think that those people, they want to make things real, very warped people. There's nothing real that's really happening, especially when it comes to me. Because I've heard people just recently say, well, I'm the one that told you all that stuff about Jamila. You ain't told nobody nothing about me because everything that's been said about me in that group has been a lie, all the way down to the photoshopped nudes, all the way down to that. So I don't know what these people are talking about, but like I said, once again, you gonna learn to keep my name out of your mouth. What's the point in going back and forth about it? We're not actually going back and forth. Your energy is blocked. I don't want your energy. I don't want your energy, and I don't want black sector views either. I don't need your views or your likes either. Because for a minute there, and I think they started to feel stupid by saying that. They put up garbage content and then brag about having views. Well, you make a fool of yourself all the damn time. Of course you have views. And then I have less views than you because you've been running around here flagging my channel because you're a bunch of haters. But other than that, I don't want their views. I don't care about their views. People love to come and see people make a fool of themselves. Especially the trolls. They're entertaining trolls. So, I'm good with that. I actually run a real business here. You know what I'm saying? Irregardless, you can't affect me. And you for damn sure can't affect my real life. Okay. So, and that's single or not single. I think oh boy thinks that just because I'm single or whatever on YouTube, that is open season. That dude gonna end up in a ditch. He's gonna end up in a ditch. And I don't have to come on here and say nigga, yeah, nigga. I ain't gotta come on. I ain't gotta come on here and say that. I already know what's gonna happen to you. I already know ain't nothing good gonna happen for you. Nothing good is happening for you. Nothing. And nothing good is gonna come to you as long as you continuously harass me. I shouldn't be getting harassed by that group at all. So, but anyway, no, I'm not into that. I'm not into none like these people are nutty as fruitcakes. I'm not into any of the sexual perversions and stuff that those are some sick people. That's all I gotta say is that they're very sick. And you can't paint a picture of me because you can't really paint. You'll never be able to paint a picture of me and make nothing stick to me ever. Okay, that's all I gotta say about any of that. So we're not gonna play them games at all. You look like a stupid fool, is what you look like. A silly fool. Okay? All right, y'all. That's pretty much what I wanted to say. Good Lord. I'm getting ready to eat something and lay myself down and just be lazy on my Saturday. I'm getting ready to enjoy my Saturday. Because as far as I'm concerned, what I'm doing right now is I am doing this for business purposes because these people try to bring unnatural, false judgment against people, is what you try to do. Because you don't have no content, you don't have no scruples, and you don't have no good sense. Yeah, I said what I said, but everybody knows that everything that's said in that sector is satire. Everybody knows that. Why are you trying to make it seem like it's real? And you know what? You can make whatever you want to seem real. Just don't talk about me and mine. Don't involve me. I don't want to be involved with that. If that's what your ideal of fun is, then me and you can't hang. I would never hang around anybody in that sector ever. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'll see y'all later. I'm sure my sound is great. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful Saturday. Make sure that those of you that support me hit the thumbs up because I'm going to leave this up. Just FYI, this particular group of people, they act sort of dark web-ish. I know that some of them go to the dark web, which you'll be arrested for eventually. Eventually, they're going to catch you on that dark web. Eventually, going to the dark web is illegal. Okay. But for years and years and years, there's been these satirious things going around, and they literally did some weird smear campaign against me. It ain't stopped me. You have no power. You ain't stopping me from doing nothing. And if anything, you gonna end up getting blipped up. You gonna get blipped. You already been blipped a whole bunch of times. Just blip, blip, blip. You gonna end up getting super blipped. Because old boy said the other day, I'm involved whoever I want. If I say you involve, you involve. And it didn't piss me off, but I was just like, this dude is delusional. He's very delusional. Because eventually one day the popo gonna be knocking at that boy's door. I can see it coming. I don't care I don't care what you try to do. Eventually, your disgusting acts are going to catch up with you, and that's all it is to it. I don't know why these black men in social media think I can come in social media and do whatever I want to do. And y'all know that that's not the truth. I don't know why y'all continue to do that. I don't know why y'all brain is not computing with that. I don't get it. But whatever. Okay. Whatever. Okay. Now I'm going to go. All right, y'all. Blessings. Bye. Have a good Saturday, y'all.